and welcome back to Hertha Hero with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. Today we are taking on Barcelona in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. You know, we're at that stage of the Champions League where it's not going to be an easy team you draw, but at the same time, Barcelona, come on. In the first leg, we drew 1-1. We were away from home, so we have the all-important away goal. Liverpool smashed Real Madrid 6-0. Chelsea beat United. Chelsea drew with Man United 1-1, and Juventus destroyed Benfica's day by winning 4-1. So if we make it through, I think they've already drawn the semi-final. Yeah, if we win this game, if we get through this tie, we play either Juventus or Benfica in the next round. So, Juventus, basically. We have been doing a little bit of business in the interim between the videos. As you can see, Myron Boadu is off to Hoffenheim. He decided he wanted to leave. They offered us 31.5 million. I said fine. So, I don't think we actually got rid of anybody since you were here last. I think everything was done on deadline day. That is fantastic. Since we were here last, games have been quite good. So the last game you saw was the Atletico Madrid game. We went and beat Mainz, who were second in the league, 6-1. Lvly, Caio Jorge with a brace, Esposito, Xerxes with his first goal for the club, and Jorginho all scoring. Then we went and played Stuttgart, who had then gone second in the league, beat them 2-0, Carlos Mina and Esposito with the goals. Then we drew with Freiburg. It was terrible. Caio Jorge scored our goal. Esposito missed a penalty, of course. Then we went to the new camp. 104,000 people at the game. We went 1 down, but then Caio Jorge scored an equaliser. We had a mixed form for our players. A lot of them were... Our back line was quite good. The front line, not so much. And then against Ingolstadt, we beat them 3-0. Arne Meyer got himself sent off for a stupid lunge in the second minute. Jonathan David scored. Szoboszlai scored. Caio Jorge scored. Everyone was delighted. Cuscondera got injured at some point in the first half, which was not ideal. So he came off. But other than that, it's been fine. League-wise, we are after guaranteeing top 4, which is also very fruity. As you can see, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund aren't in European places at the moment. So, be interesting to see. Well, okay, fair enough. Bayern Munich are equal on points with 5th place, 2 points behind 4th. It's not a huge gap to make up, but still, they have a bit of work to do. Holstein Kiel, after their poor form so far, can only get as good as the playoffs. Ingolstadt's manager is Shane Long. Did me an absolute solid by not playing all that well in the last game. But if you look at the teams that played, or the players that played for Ingolstadt in that game, it's a very Hertha side. Because Cazetta, on loan from us. Lvly is on loan from us as well. Brule, I'm pretty sure he was one of our players. No, I'm thinking of a different Brule. Thought that was the same Brule. Yeah, College. I think he played for Hertha. No, he didn't. Okay, never mind. I'm just... 27th minute, Cuscondera picked up that injury. So now we're going into the Barcelona game. Not long left in the season. I'll bring you back for when we do guarantee the title, because it is just a matter of time at this stage. We are 12 points ahead, 5 games to go. In theory, the next game, the one against Holstein Kiel, we could relegate Holstein Kiel and win the league on the same day. That would be a spicy meatball. So the team to go and play Barcelona today is Bingham in goal, Alec and Michael as our wing-backs, Jorginho and Garvidal as our centre-backs, Szoboszlai and Arne Meyer in central midfield, Jonathan David playing on the right, Velasco on the left, Caio Jorge and Esposito playing up front. Ex-Barcelona centre-back Tebito is sitting on the bench because he's not been great so far, to be honest. He's not fully match fit either, so it's going to rest him. We have had a couple of injuries. Verbelski and as you know, Cuscondera is injured. Melchior picked up I think it was his second yellow card of the Champions League in the first leg, so he is out for this one. Carlos Mina is coming back from injury, not yet ready to jump into the first team. So hopefully he'll be back for the next game. Cause I don't really want to play Jonathan David too much. He's not playing all that well. Somebody wants him. Who wants him? You can have him. Just give me the right amount of money and you can have him. By all means, take him. Konechkin played in the game against Ingolstadt and did quite well. So he's very quickly becoming my second choice goalkeeper over Dakota. And with Rios Novo out of the picture, makes it a little bit easier for him. I don't know what I'm going to do with Rios Novo when he comes back because he's a good keeper. I just not 100% sure what I want to do with him. This Barcelona team, have kept the majority of their players to be the majority of their players are either Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes. They still have Griezmann, Fati, De Jong, Semedo, Umtiti, and Ter Stegen. Sergio Roberto. Messi's on the bench. I think Messi's out of contract this year as well. I did consider signing him. Don't think we could afford him, but I did consider it. So Barcelona are top of their league as well. Expect nothing but a win to keep our good run of form going. They want Lvly. Lvly had an absolute belter of a game against Ingolstadt, so I'm hoping he does continue that. Arne Meyer should be, and yes he is, full of beans because he spent less than 2 minutes on the pitch against Ingolstadt, so you'd expect him to be quite comfortably able to spend the whole game playing, but we'll have to wait and see. Lvly, beautiful ball forward, Kyo George. Can George score? Of course he can. 29th of the season, Kyo George. I was saying not too long ago that he was having a poor season. He's been inconsistent and it's annoyed me. It's made me say stupid things like he's not playing well enough, but he is playing well, and there he goes, putting us one up. So I'm a happy bunny. I'm a happy boy. We are 1 up on the night, 2-1 on aggregate with the away goal. Just don't concede. That's all we have to do, lads. Just don't concede. I said don't concede, lads. That was close. Was it Rabiot? Headed over from like 2 yards out. We are actually going to press Ter Stegen and the 2 centre backs. Just try and play it onto their weaker foot as well. Just because Umtiti's already been booked, Ferro is about to get booked, and I want to try and push them. I don't think I've seen. We've had female referees in plenty of games. Don't think I've actually seen the character model for a female referee. So that's interesting. Well done, SI Games. Oh, excuse me. I just had a cup of tea, and it's repeating on me a little bit. Arne Meyer, not a great pass. Jonathan David somehow comes away with it. Bombs into the middle, and of course, being Jonathan David, takes a shot. That leads nowhere. So we are 1 up at halftime. I'm going to say I'm fair placed because I want the players to Arne Meyer. Not happy with your performance so far. Velasco. A lot more to come from you. Go out there and show everyone what you're capable of, Esposito. Van Dijk has come out in the press in the last week or so and said that he wants Kyo George to join Liverpool, but they're quoted as wanting to pay like 142 million. No, 200, or he's not going. Plain and simple. I will not sell my best striker for less than 200 million. And I don't think that is too much to ask. Esposito's going to come off for Xerxes. Esposito's not had a great game. Do we put... No, we're going to leave Velasco on for a little while. Might take him off in the not too distant future, because he's not having a great game. Arne Meyer's not having a great game, but I don't really want to... Jorginho's not having a great game either. We'll... If we score a second here, we make a change. Alec with the throw. Jonathan David gets it. It looked like Ter Stegen got pushed. but obviously not. He must have jumped and looked like he was pushed. No, he squatted. Ter Stegen suddenly felt like he needed to take a shit, so he stopped. Velasco is going to come off. Xerxes is going to go on to the left. Noddle's going to go up front, and we're also going to bring on Tibito for Jorgeo, because Tibito playing against his former club. They didn't give him. Did he get any games for Barcelona in this universe? No, he went straight out on loan to Schalke. You know, he's going to turn around and be like, hey, I wasn't going to play for you, but we're into the next round to play Juventus, probably. They're not going to score twice. We're going to win this game. We're not going to do a Clates bottle job on it. But can Benfica do the anti-bottle job and come from 4-1 down? We've got a penalty in the final minute. Don't even bother, ref. Just, what's her name? Charlotte, I think it was. Xerxes is going to step up to take the penalty. Xerxes steps up to take it because Esposito's not on the pitch. That's why. There's no Esposito on the pitch. Xerxes, back of the net. That's his second goal for us now. 6th of the season. We paid 55 million for this man. Oh God, I regret everything. Every decision I made. The only reason he's in this team is because we spent so much money on him. Same with Tibito. Tibito wouldn't have made it if we paid nothing for Todibo. He wouldn't have been in this team. So, I'm gonna say nice victory, well done. Because to be fair, it was. So I was like, man of the match again. Get in there. You're doing fantastic, buddy. Esposito disappointed with his lack of ability. I want to say in that game. It's disappointing, but what I'll do is I'll jump forward to Thursday, because it should. Well, Wednesday is the day that Juventus and Benfica are going to be playing, so we will be back in just a second to see what our path to the final could look like. Well, is going to look like if we can make it there. So as you can see, Benfica almost did the impossible and came back to beat Juventus. If Thiago Almada hadn't scored for Juve, we could have been facing Benfica in this next round. But we're not. Chelsea also knocked Man United out 4-1 away from home. So we get Juventus. Final is going to be Hertha Berlin or Juventus versus Chelsea or Liverpool. I am going to say it now. Hertha Berlin, Liverpool final. It's going to happen. Guaranteed. You heard it here first, fellas. You heard it here first. What I might do is... This is going to be a short enough episode. What I might do is just bring you back for... I'll probably bring you back for the Holstein Kiel game. Because we should win the title. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games remain. We can't do it, so can we? We can't, because then we'd be 12. I think we can win the league in the next game. So I'll be back with the game where we're probably going to win the league. Hopefully, it'll be the Holstein Kiel game. Right, fellas, we are back now for Cologne instead of Holstein Kiel. I did record the Holstein Kiel video, or part of the video, but we didn't win the league. Mainz came back and won their game, rather annoyingly, against Borussia Dortmund, 4-3. So we didn't win the league in that game. They have won their game against Frankfurt earlier today, so the gap is now down to 9 points. We have a game in hand. If we get a draw against Cologne, we win the league. We did relegate Holstein Kiel in our game, which, you know, sad for them. We won 3-2. I gave Konochkin an opportunity to play, and he conceded 2 very poor goals. But Jonathan David scored twice, and Esposito also scored in the 89th minute, which was delightful. But if we go back to the Mainz Borussia Dortmund game, they scored their winner in the 76th minute. So I was jumping up and down, delighted with life, because the league table hadn't updated for ages, and then a minute before the final whistle suddenly changed and it came up saying that they had scored, and I was sad. But regardless, we are going into our game today knowing that it is just a draw we need, and this is how we're lining up. We're not, because Melchvar is unavailable for the game. So I'm going to put Brown on the bench. Melchvar was going to originally start the game, but he must have played for the under-19s, I'm guessing. They're playing Union Berlin. That's probably why I left him to play for them. Dakota is starting in goal for this one. Kanachkin's dropped to just out of the team in general. Alec and Michael are continuing as our... Well, I don't know. Michael is in. I can't remember what the team was for Barcelona. But Alec and Michael as our wing-backs. Gentil and Galvidal as our centre-backs. Svalsvay and Arne Meyer in central midfield. Mina is back from his injury. Jonathan David on the left. Coyer George and Esposito up front. Let's get into the game. We were without Arne Meyer and Garvidal in the last one, so we're both suspended. The Sulker is playing up front for Cologne today. Gonna have to go in hard on him, because we don't like the Sulker around these parts. Secure the title. I expect no less. Literally just, as I said, a draw is all that's needed for this result to go our way. As it stands right now, if nothing else happened, we would win the league. And that is pretty much what we want. So I'm just going to... I've things set up for our players in advance to just kind of, close down centre-backs, the goalkeeper, and I want to destroy the Sulker, because he is the Sulker. Alexander Michael has had a bit of an attribute spike in the last couple of weeks. He has been exceptional. But Arne Meyer took a shot from quite a sizable distance out, and it went high and wide. Poor Holstein Kiel were only up for a single season before going down, with Coyer George to Esposito. Jonathan David. Esposito's got the goal. Get in. That was a nice little bit of build-up play. Nobody seemed to want to take the shot on. It's Coyer George. I was expecting him to take a shot. He didn't. Passed it to Esposito. Thought he was going to do it. He didn't. Jonathan David decided, I'm Jonathan David. I take shots everywhere. But it got saved. Timo Horn pushed it into Esposito's path. We have taken the lead. Jonathan David playing on the left today. Normally is playing on for the last couple of games he's played on the right. To be fair, for today's game, we really need to do an awful lot to not win the league. Or I suppose you could, the opposite way, we could, by doing not a lot, we could fail to win the league. Oh, I didn't mean concentrate. Oh no, I didn't mean to click concentrate. That throw just went straight through to Timo Horn. Concentrate doesn't seem to have upset or done anything to anybody, which is the first time I've seen that happen. Passionate. No, assertive. Far from pleased. Yeah, I'm far from pleased. Of course I am. Mina is not having a great game. I might just take Mina off now, because don't really want to risk him in a game that doesn't mean anything. I'm going to bring on Brown. Don't worry, it's only Brown. Make him an inverted winger. Jonathan David's going to move to the right as an inside forward. Maybe change Esposito to advance forward. Coyer George can be the complete forward. We'll see how we get on with this makeup. Marion Brown coming on for... Originally Marion Brown was going to start there anyway, but I decided Jonathan David was probably a better option. I don't know if that was the right thing. Coyer George is so far offside. Beautiful header by Arne Meyer to put it back into the box. Unfortunately, Coyer George just wasn't fast enough getting back to being onside. So we've missed our opportunity to go 2-up. Jonathan David is now having a poor game, as is Coyer George. Jonathan David, Coyer George, both struggling. What if I swap you around on the sides you're on? Huh? Jonathan David, you can come off for... Put Nyato on that side. Nyato's done quite well playing as a winger this season. I don't think he's that bothered about where he plays. Just kind of wants to play. Arne Meyer whips it out to the corner flag. Esposito managed to keep it in, but now Golon continue to have the ball. They really fell off this season when you look at it. They're down in 12th now. At one point they were top 5 for like a considerable length of the season, and they've just Turkey just walked past many of our defenders. That was not a nice thing to see when we could be on the verge of winning the league, having somebody just prance through our team, and we've Juventus next. Another long throw doesn't come to anything. I'm going to demand more from the lads. Gentile missed his tackle, and unfortunately Doucouré couldn't keep that one from going into the back of the net. We are 1 apiece now. The sulker is still up front. He's been so non-existent I didn't realise. We're going to bring Xerxes on for Kai George. She's been quite poor today. I'm going to move Esposito to the advanced forward. Xerxes can be the complete forward. And we're going to go, and I want to win the game. I know we don't need to win the game, but I want to win the game. I don't like settling for draws. I also don't want to lose, but we've won the game. We are champions of the Bundesliga. 2nd season in a row. Get in. Now we just need to win the Champions League. The sulker played a 6.9. Did they? Literally didn't touch the ball in any highlight. Man of the match, Arne Meyer. Of course Arne Meyer is man of the match. No, we won the league. It's still the lads. Well done. We won the league. What? Oh. Sydney, fix it. Sydney didn't fix it. Who cares? We won the league. We're champions. We're champions before any other team has guaranteed their place in Europe, which is just delightful. Bayern Munich could still make it, well, comfortably make it into the Champions League. Borussia Dortmund, no. Borussia Dortmund can make it into the Europa League if results very much go in their way. I don't think they will. Borussia Dortmund are going to struggle again this season. That is interesting. We've clinched our 2nd league title. We've done the double. I won the Super Cup. Win the Bundesliga 5 years ahead of schedule. We did it last year. We're just the best manager in the world. 2 in a row. Get in. Surely that makes us untouchable. We are untouchable. A+. Delighted to have won the Bundesliga. Disappointed with the team's performance in the Pokal. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Pokal. Frankfurt are going to try and keep the Pokal title for this season. Wolfsburg play them in the final. How are Frankfurt getting on this year? Frankfurt need to focus more on the league rather than the Pokal, because last season they finished 15th. This season they could finish 15th or 16th again. I'm hoping English stay up because 2 of my players are playing for them, and Shane Long is their manager. So I want them to stay up. Speaking of Shane Long, if we look at the under-19 staff, still says he's our assistant manager. But if you click on him, it does nothing. It takes you to his. I don't understand. Because he came in, he was the under-19's assistant manager, and then he was made the B team's assistant manager. But he's not really sure what's going on. I think I broke it. Because I signed Ibisevic to be a coach as well, and he's not a coach, but you can't sign him anymore. I don't know what after happening. Just don't sign players. Don't sign players to staff roles before they retire. I guess seems to be the logical thing to do. But that being said, thank you very much for watching, fellas. We will be back tomorrow for the 2nd leg against Juventus in the Champions League. We are going to be away from home. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully we can get into the Champions League final to play Liverpool, as I think it's going to be. Could be Chelsea, but regardless, who cares? It's a Champions League final. We're going to win the Champions League, and we're going to win the Bundesliga, and we're going to win the Super Cup. We're going to be the treble. We're going to win the treble this year, lads. Get in. Right. Thank you very much for watching, fellas. And leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.